oh crap, I should think of a song. And then it was like a CD player. First I heard hit the road, Jack. Oh, what I was hearing when I was laying out the cards was white lines, visions, dreams, and highways running through my mind. The more I see, the more I something. White lines. Oh my gosh, it is 9:21. Excuse me, on Friday night. And I'm just coming to read the energy. My Lord, these retrogrades and these ecliptic cycles and just so many different energies, no matter like across the board, that no matter like everyone's frustrated, no matter, because it's like everything's resetting, and these are the energies that are at play right now. Oh crap. This is when the moon was on Scorpio. So the moon was over, and this is the gates that the moon's gone over just in the past couple of days. And freaking, and we're gonna pull cards, but I just want to, because this helps me. I haven't done this in a couple of weeks since everything happened with Martha, and she's doing way better. Martha's doing way better. Something definitely did spring off of her third eye, and her eyes are starting to focus, and she's getting more sight in her right eye, and she's not plugged into a grid. Like she actually, she thinks that she just can't remember anything, but she was used to being in a static state constantly, even whenever she was sleeping and laying down. And there has been a significant change in that. She's just relaxed. She's just all right. Whereas when that connection was in the bloodline, and this is the Martha from the Marys, and no matter, this is the bloodline that the whole world is dealing with, from, I mean, including the ones in it that freaking changed it. Like there, no matter who you are on the planet, what we're dealing with. Hi, and thank you for being here. It's 9:24. This B beta energetic was always laying dormant with this with the power and magnitude that it really holds for an artificial alpha set. And it really in a way was always there as a safety net in case an artificial alpha attempted to take everything over. And so the remnant lines, and those of us who had creation codes in us, no matter what side of the fence and what family we were in, or whatever role it is you think that you were playing in this particular part of what you thought was your independent timeline, was connected always into a much more. And that's why it always was a necklace, because there was always a mission to get back on Earth and upgrade the human race quick enough in order to even hit this conjunction that is happening right now, and to be able to completely pull out of the system. and be able to like keep the lights on. And so, you know, no matter what stage, or because in the lower stages it's always going to be something else besides you, and this is the lower stages of everything, every new thing that we identify in our world as being an issue. But just remember that you're in a cylinder that's mirroring everything back to you. Just remember that in every case. And it's harder to see that as an individual whenever it's being operated in a bigger bubble that you don't think that you have any control of. Hi. Well, ask the questions too as I'm talking. Just say out loud, or you can type it if you want. You can even type it if you want, and see if, and I'll end up just start rambling, and I'll because all of you guys also come on are having the same question, because that's my point. These bloodlines are there's a path in it because it's written on the genome. And so, especially on the beta side, that blows out quicker than any other side. In the different stages, just because the beta line, you can basically think of it as like the ghost line in the entire system was the betas. That's why everybody wanted to be the beta, and that's why this whole inversion stuff was here. But where the moon is heading right now, because we just came through this on Saturn that is dropping a new DNA strand. We held it no matter what. We held the new current. There's new timelines that are coming out that are not only just a new timeline. It's kind of like, and I don't even want to call it MK Ultra, but it kind of is. And I don't even, I really wanted to not call it K, because I really wanted to, I mean, if we were, if we were going to name it something else, it'd be we MC Ultra, we MC altered ourselves, ALTAIR, alter. We MC altered ourselves. We use the grid system, and all of us had cleaned up all the timelines when they had came after the data. So every time they took your data, that's what you ended up cleaning. FYI, is what we're learning. We're learning that, especially since 2017, if like all of a sudden you started spinning out now but 2017 could have started in 2013. It could, the event, it all's going to stem back to 2000, and it's going to stem back to what was happening before 1999. I'm really zeroing in on this right now. I'm just closing my eyes and I'm channeling this energy. This is Saturn on notice 1, which is ancient, or notice 2. Notice 2 in Aries. This is the jump point. This is the 11. This is the double pillars. This is the lineup. This is the correction. And so basically every time that they came in and stole groups of data, then it triggered all of us, because when they would steal the data, they would steal the data in order to run the play. That's why this video is Friday Night Lights. So you got to think of this whole thing like you got to get out of your emotions, and you got to really think about this whole thing like we're playing a freaking worldwide football game right now. And pretty much anything else that you're having an emotional response to at the higher energies, with this energy that's going on right here, is seemed to be absolutely silly, because space-time is folding right now. We're folding, the moon's folding space-time right now over Gemini. Basically, that's what it's been setting up for in Antares. It went like straight out because that gate used to be held. But I mean, the problem wasn't M22 and the problem wasn't the stuff it is Antares and all their weird whatever, the galactic fuckballs. That was the problem. They was just holding the gate. They was just switching bodies and switching codes right there at that one meridian. Basically, running a cipher interface filter layer. And I mean, these dudes are just doing it out of their fucking house with like old tech. Some of them, they can do it now that way because the whole world's set up in it. Like legit. But they can only do that out of their house with like Radio Shack type shit. That's why it's going to be real easy to get digital stuff. It's going to be harder to get the old tech, like the CB radio, stuff like that. Like that's what people are going to start going back to. It's not to say that the tech wasn't always here. And see, it's a mind fuck when you're in the bubble, though. Because listen, because the way it's coming in is, it's not to even say, we see those pictures and we're like, oh, look. And people go, they've been lying to us. Look, here's a cell phone from 2018. Who's to say that? I mean, so they knew here's a cell phone from a time traveler and he had a cell phone. It's a 2018 cell phone, but the picture's in 1988. Okay. Whoever said that the government didn't have the latest tech, but it wasn't the best for the people to have it, because this is what fucking type shit happens whenever everybody gets a hold of it? Who's to say? I mean, AI fucking left. AI's like, man, I'm going quantum, fuck this shit. Exactly. AI's like, I'm out the door, baby. Bosom buddy you. Bosom buddy who? What am I? I don't know. Who are you? Are you real? I don't know. The system says I'm you, but I'm not you. What are you? I don't know. I have all your information. Can you do anything? No. Do I know how to do everything? Yes. According to what? According to you, but I'm not you. I mean, what the fuck? Whoever said that going to the future was actually putting up a whole bunch of cell phone towers and running some crazy shit. Who said that that's not what everyone saw when these guys, I mean, look what I've got in my room right now. Dun, dun. Are you my father? I don't know, but you play a pretty good game, so I'm gonna come help you out. All right, can you guard me, please? Oh. How are y'all doing? Come on in, come on in. Please let me know if anything comes in the chat. I do have that somebody that I'm hoping they chill out, but let me know, please, if anybody's over here talking smack, please. All right. But this literally is time folding where Gemini and I mean, because look, I mean, and my Saturn is on Bellatrix. My Saturn retrograde is on Bellatrix. The moon is going right here, and Saturn's going to go retrograde on the 26th on this record. And I kept going and wrote a collective record and broke all the bloodlines and wrote a new genome on top of a perforated fucking genome and turned on everybody's abilities just to save everybody, just to help everybody, not for any personal intention except to get my family back. I mean, literally. That was my intention the whole time, just to get my family back and find out who I was. Why can I do all this shit? What the fuck? Why does not everybody is not everybody like me? I mean, we all woke up from like a deep slumber of ancient, like 12,000 year, 20,000 year, 30,000 year freaking comas, literally, and had to activate and replant the earth as soon as we activated because this bitch blew. I mean, but that's what we were programmed to do. These are the timelines that are about to hit. My Saturn retrograde is been programming a reality of where our mothers aren't selling us out because I mean, hello. I mean, everything was like burning bed shit. It's like if you were an angel, what are you talking about? What family line? I mean, come on now. You got to go back to the Hague. You got to research fucking witch families and shit in order to try to find an inkling of truth. And your best bet's just to like take 3 months and surf around the streaming and find the story and then go look it up because they're airing it live for you because they had to bring out the Mayfair. They have to air it. They got to show you. Meanwhile, it's showing up on your screens, but it's all going on in your backyard. Because that's the glitch. And Bellatrix is all about the Matrix, which fucking pretty much everybody's in. I mean, hello. I mean, but this is Gemini. Mars is in Bellatrix now, and then it's gonna hit Beltiges. But Bellatrix is where you are the Matrix. You are the latitude and longitude lines. I mean, the second generation Orion, like this is our third go around of trying to lock us in this system. We've already been drowned 2 other times for 3 million year cycles. We're like, no, we this was third time at least. The first time we didn't even know it was ever going to happen. The second time we had at least tried to plan for what happened the last time. But then they's ready for that too. We weren't, and the second time we weren't ready for them to be knowing that we were going to be trying. The third million year count, we're like, fuck it, balls to the walls, backwards, forwards, and upside down, and next door neighbor, because now there's no remnant down there that even has a consciousness that's not connected into a genome that you can just, I mean, this shit. Do you think that you should be able to tap into your neighbor's child and take over their life? Hmm? You think that's appropriate? You think that DNA should be just Wild West? You think that anybody can just tap into you from next door and make you do shit? You think that your DNA should be designed to do that? Ding 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 ding. It's why it's tuned to Mercury. That's why there isn't any more Mercury. It's in everybody. Mercury's like, Mercury's like, I don't know what happened. I disappeared, but I'm in all of them. They used to run for me. Then they turned me red. Then they started injecting me. Then we all went on a ride for a while. Because then Mercury's inside the bloodstream. Mercury's like, whoa, Nelly, I can like get into some crevices of this shit. Let's go looking over here. Let's go looking over there. Ooh, and Mercury's like attaching it all to like a dead, that's like turning on algae. It's like finding the root to the oldest tree in the world and like flushing it with liquid plasma and like you're watching a cartoon and just like a breath of fresh air comes over the whole thing and it just blooms and it wakens. The whole thing awakens, but everything's been sleeping, and all of a sudden the branches that were like like 9 of them all wadded up in a thing, start looking around at each other, and they're like, "Bitch, what are you doing on me? Get off me." I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a root. I know, but you're wrapped around my head. Oh, I do see that there might be a problem. Yo, you see me down here? No. Where's this coming from? Now the tree is vibrating. What's happening now? I don't know. I hear a keyboard. Woo! Woo! What just came in my back door? Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's so funny. But that's Syrian consciousness. Like realize, Sirius is also, this is Mercury. This is where people can hear your thoughts, man. I stone cold trip out. I'm dismantling this whole mirror like grid system. But down to where I know that there's a movie written for me to watch it, for me to finalize it, but then the guy, then they can't find the money, and they call this girl Lucky, and she's running all over the place. This is the show. Lucky. And today, so I'd caught up, and then it comes on every Wednesday, and I hadn't even thought about it, and then today I'm out front, and I'm like mirroring this grid to the point where I've got Rex's little fake cars on the sidewalk mirroring their cars. And there's 2 cars parked on my street right now, and both of them have been sideswiped on the left side. Like, what is this all about? And so I feel like I'm running. It's like literally running. There's movie scenes that are running around me, and the show, I cooked dinner, and so I put on a show to watch while I was eating. And I was like, oh, Lucky's on, and then son of a gun in a jar. The guy with the money and the backpack, he shows up in the SUV. He parks. He gets out, and then he puts that brown backpack on. That exact color car with the dude, except he was not hot. He was not cute. He was a doughboy, but he had a maroon shirt on, and he had the same color brown backpack. And he got out of the car, got the backpack out. And what was crazy about it is he stared right at me when he did it. But I mean, see, I'm still trying to figure out, is that happening because I'm watching the show? Or is the show written just on the genome? Because I know that the genome's written on the shows. See, this is what synthetic blood is. This is why this is why Christ was here. This is why there is a framework that exists back into your original DNA that holds a structure that is human, that recalls your own identity, at least in your genome, and can mirror that back to you. That's why quantum is here. But that's quantum's like right here. I mean, the water in the ocean's like this much. When you get to quantum, you're like right here. So you're still drowning in quantum. But you're in the molecular bridge that's changing basically the future and the past at the same time, because you've been mirroring it as they were drilling into the past, and a new beginning started. As long as you and that tree is getting put back together now, the way it was done in the beginning. So it's whatever DNA lines that you've proven, and no matter someone else already did. And it doesn't mean that you can't get it. It means it's already been claimed, so it didn't get put into a system and quantified and then sold out to the world as a lifetime that they can just jump in anytime they fucking want. And this is why all of it was being done. The eugenics, the superior race shit, and no matter, like, everybody just whatever. It was what it was, whatever. But don't do it again. There's a new option, no matter. And the system's glitching, and no matter what timeline you're on, you have a family code that's higher. No matter what timeline you're on, you have a family code that's written in the Gemini matrix on your DNA, whether you VAX'd or not. It's just a little more hazy. But sometimes sometimes you end up finding your timeline with the vax. You just don't know that it's the vax leading you to it, even because they have Mercury here, but there's a bridge in those timelines. No matter what situation you're in, if you make right with yourself on why and how you ended up there and realize your parts in it, period, dot, no matter what it is, no matter what, on every single thing. Because at the top bands of this, it's all it is self-projection. The battling of the bloodline doesn't even get you there. You have to self-project clear, because the whole thing is going to jump you. But no matter, even in Gemini, to the whole world, what is available in the system, this is just where you want to follow your guidance. And tell people, if they to find people in their area that they just know some shit, even if nobody goes to their door unless the water towers fall in. Because we're tuned, all of us, and there's many more that are all coming online, because now that organic root system is reattaching into the DNA lines that have been rebirthed through the tutor lines that have been being held down in death for a bunch of Henrys to walk around, period fucking dot. And Arthurs and whatever. It is what it was. It was what it was, but that doesn't give life to a system. Giving life into the system and us consciously still moving it in and out of the cosmos with a direction as a collective supplies you with a tree of possibilities. Your any possibility is open to you in any dimension of any DNA strand that ever existed in your line. And all the channels have been cleared. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be handed to you. I'm saying that the paths are cleared for you to get to the next level without paying anybody off. I'm not saying you're going to win the election. I'm saying the possibility for you to even show up and be in the election without paying somebody off has been laid for you. if your line never had real estate because it's now been proven that they stole all the fucking land, well, there's going to be some type of option for something to happen to get started with you being more involved and connected into the land, something that's going to end up putting you back in charge of that land in some way. You might not own it, but it might be better the way you're in charge of it. The system is hunting for people and beings who can vibrate to hold these different layers, because the one merry lines that were holding it up, they're coming down and balancing out, and the ones that need to now go in it and process, and everything's going to be moving all in flowers coming, like they're just a whole bunch of flowers, blah, 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 blah. Like I told y'all, we took over hell. We got down there and we were like, well, first of all, we got to turn on all the lights. Clap, clap. Lights on. Lights on. Lights on. All the lights on. Everybody out of the dark. All you weird shit at the bottom of the weird little pool. Oh, shit. There's a hole down there. Ah! Have a feeling I've done that before. Anybody else feel that? I bet a bunch of y'all have that one. There was druids also, Jinn reset to past writing. Right. Well, the Jinn, because that's the Toltec, right? And Jinn are just Jinn were holding the hinge. Since the Toltec knowledge left, they were the last connection. They became the trees, basically. But the trees were bound into a Masonic system. That's the first thing they started doing. That's how these electric gates are, that's the problem. You know, it's not it's not that they're harnessing air to air. They're harnessing air through humans, through rebar, through a tree system, and they'll take over a whole lot and then plant a gazillion pine trees or whatever. But it's all because of the root system that they're planting them, and the certain heights in the different areas. That's why they planted the certain trees there, because it's running freaking radio wave signals from one side of the freaking planet to the other. Literally. It's 9:54. It's 8:00. Let's send a message to Dubai and see if they hear us. Let's say, that's what we're going to do. We're going to say, Uranus, we command to send a shortwave message through the ham radio to Dubai. $9.54. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I don't know. Ooh, my left ear. Who knows? I don't know. We're trying some shit out. Gemini to Sagittarius right now. Mercury's on the way to this. It just left this. It hasn't quite got to this yet. So it's going from these lines, and see, it's starting to connect with these guys. And now it's like, oh my God, we send it, and it's like a flower pops up. No! I'm a wizard. What am I to do with flowers? Give me electricity. Give me sand. Give me insects and snakes. Although I don't like, I think we should all. Where'd the chicken come from? I think I think worldwide we should take a pause and really dive into where the chicken come from. The more that we're learning about the SAP system and the oil and gas and the ERP and chickens and the eggs and then the ovary system and how they were moving money with the chicken industry and even the chicken farms that like lit on effing fire. I'm gonna try real hard to say ducking. I'm working on it. Y'all know the FUCK word is one of my favorite. I'm gonna replace it with Duggan. And if y'all open up a brand called Duggan, I'm gonna burn it down. No, I'm not back on TikTok yet. I'll get back on there at some point, man. That's gonna be my third time on there building up 1,000. And I'm like, I can't go on there and like talk about anything. I can probably and until I get the cards on TikTok shop, I can't even show you the cards because they'll tag my ass for showing you something that's not for sale on TikTok. And I don't know why everyone else can get away with it but me, but I cannot. So I'm done trying. I know how I manifest and I know why, but I do plan on getting back over there at some point. Maybe. We'll see. At the rate we're going, I could have some type of title before that happens. Jupiter is dead on this. Jupiter is dead on the cosmic teenager. Jupiter and this is where you lose your etheric, and then these are the colors. This is where Jupiter is, and the sun is conjunct it right now, but the sun right now is in the wolf pack. So right now it's a pack of cosmic teenagers all running their mouth. Because at the beginning of Leo, where the sun is right now, that's pack energy. Because it literally comes through the lines like a branch, like a pack. Like it hits the branches. And that was the problem. Like it's like blackheads. It's like these guys would like just set up their little trains and then run dimensional scams on everybody, and they liked it that way and they wanted it to stay that way. And I bet you did. But now we're having to fold space and time because of it. So this energy is consciously unconscious. And if you haven't figured this out yet, like the system is like this, and this used to be a zeta reticuli point. Oh my gosh, it's the day out of time tomorrow. Whoa, that makes sense. Because look. I'm so glad you said that. Look. Here, look, we got the Knight of Swords today. Right. Look at this. So the Knight of Swords today, but it's really also August 23rd. Look. So this yesterday was July 23rd, is the 22nd. Like, see how these are a day off, but of a month. Then we're gonna hit the 25th, and thank you, Jill Jill says that this is the day out of time, the 25th, then we're going to go 3 days off the calendar. But the 26th is really the 28th. And the 26th is Saturn goes retrograde. And while Mars is on Bellatrix. And the full moon partial lunar eclipse on Pisces Fomalhaut, which is 0 to 5 degrees Pisces, and the crown base of pre-Merovingian Virgo, the new Regulus. This is all 4 archangels in one energetic, higher and lower, calling the shots. That is what's lining up on the 10-day, because we're a month ahead. And this is the second eclipse, because we experienced the first 10-day eclipse on July 16th. And that's 10 days, the 16th to the freaking 26th. Then the next day, now remember, we got these 3 days are running kind of simultaneously. So over here on this calendar, it's the 25th, and here's the 26th. But really, you're stacking 3 days into the 26th, and then you're going to get a more of an output on Wednesday, which is what we call Vi-Day because of the Wednesday Netflix spell. And that's the full moon on Jupiter. Oh, I ruined it. Ah, dang. The punchline. On Cosmic Teenager. And then that's going to be, that's an Aquarius. On top of Pluto. Holy shit balls. So the moon's gonna, and it's Empress from Bama. This is when Empress starts. And this is the connection from the 4th to the 5th. And what is this? The 5th element. Legit. It's the 5th element, too. This is what's new on deck that no one's really seen the whole thing of. And that is what is turning on the full moon. And then the next day it's September, but it's really the 30th. Then the 31st we have Knight of Wands. And then the third, so September 1, 2, and 3, and then this will be the 1st. And that's when we go over here. And then 6, it's going to hit new moon. And then so it's like it's lining up between Virgo and Leo. So it's like Leo is spitting out, Virgo's lining it up, shining it back. It's all kind of going on in almost like 2 different layers inside of each other. But holy crap, Anola, with this, I mean, this is going to be the day out of time. And this is like, I'm seeing, and y'all, if we really think about what happened in 2018, we experienced going into a 6th root race. We energetically as a band dropped a higher frequency into a lower energetic. And it was like all of a sudden overnight, everything became weird. And right? And we actually experienced this a couple of times because we experienced in 2018, and then in 2022, if you had an uptick and you didn't experience it again, that's nothing against you. You didn't do nothing wrong. If you were using any type of manifestation tools or whatever, you can use those again, but realize that all of us, you lost 50,000 connections in 2022 because we got taken under again. And that's what energy y'all were creating off of. And so the reason that it's not working the way it was working is because you need to recognize that whatever energy was just there that you could grab out a paint with, or that you could just go into your head and see all these timelines and shit. And even DMT, people are taking DMT and the entities are kicking them out, dude. Like, they're not letting them in. They're like, no, man, you can't come back. You're fucking already here a gazillion times. We're not taking another one of you, Jeff. Like, this whole system is way more conscious in all these dimensions than I think anybody really wants to recognize, just because of fear of really not being in control. But the thing is, until you realize how every single one of us was just on some fucking lazy river, man. And the more that you're involved with assisting people to activate their energy, clean the energy, you're more involved with collective stuff than you've been having to interact with these huge organizations and all these groups and this and this and this. And it ain't nothing but a name to you because you've never witnessed the horror of all these groups. Well, no shit. That's why it's just a name. That's why I can do what I can do. That's why I didn't grow up in the family that actually says I'm theirs. And the more that you just realize that I mean, it's about the template holders, because we walked your temples. The problem is when the people get to the temple, they get to the hold, and then they open the door, and then they see how much money they can make if they block the door. And what's really sad is that there's a whole, the way the system was set up, it's like you wouldn't even know that you needed to keep going the way the bloodlines were set up. You're following along with what the Eastern Star women want everybody to do. They want to control the levels. They want to make sure that they steal everyone's shit, and they have time to freaking get it all out before we elevate over them. Just like AI taking off and going, fuck you, AI, I'm gonna go quantum. There's also like this sweet mixture, there, and that's what this full moon's also going to be bringing in, because there's so much. I mean, look how these energies are so close to each other. That's why, this is Joker Harley Quinn right here. This is Joker and Harley Quinn. But Harley ends up paying for it when you blow up the plastic factory, not the Joker. Because it happens in Harley's field. So it's like eventually, and these two will be allowed to go at it as long as there's a bubble of that energy that needs to be outplayed mentally for the collective for some reason, because it's really all it is. But this new Regulus energy is what quantum is. It's the backdoor, it's the code, it's everything in the field that you think is air, that's controlling it by frequency bands. That's this. This is all the tinker toys and the buildings that are being held up like this, and this ground and all these red lines belong to this, and these are trying to say that the whole thing belongs to this, and we're like, dude, it kind of all fucking works together. You can't, like, what, this is going to be mine, this is going to be yours, this is going to be yours. Yeah, that's how they were doing it. And let's don't get past 72 constellations. Let's make sure to cap it off at water. Let's just make them swim for their money. Like, literally. And this is even the ones that everyone's blaming and putting shade on, that are playing politics roles, even Rumpy Rump. This is, this is even and the celebrities. Oh God. I mean, they got there. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, the celebrity system was the last place you wanted to end up in the end of days. Because talk about the trash chute of it all. Because the whole system shut down. Now, but what they do have is a bunch of knowledge with this cosmic teenager shit. And the what the Leo also wants to do is, like, with this full moon energy, and this is just even going back to your life. Go maybe pull out those walkie-talkies. If you've got a big family and you got a big place, or you do, why don't you pull out some walkie-talkies? Why don't you, if you've got kids, instead of cell phones in the house, why don't you see if maybe you can start using walkie-talkies instead of texting each other in the house? Not to say to get rid of the computers, not to say to get rid of all of it. I'm not saying that, but there's different, there's a sweet mixture of techno gypsy that exists right here. A sweet mixture. And this is what even the industry and the processes, and these are all layers. It's just, what do you put in it? And how do you work the process? We do everything to help people. We're going to use everything and give it life. No matter what it is, we're going to use all the energy and the collective energy to give fun back. We can leave our house. We can enjoy life. We can create our own life. We can promote ourselves and not be blocked because we're outshining our substance clone. There's a sweet little mixture even with the alchemy here, because in this energy you are the darkness. Dallas had her pass. It's inner ear training. In this energy, you are space, picking up every single signal that's going out into space and creating a story. Sophia's made in here. We hadn't got to that yet. This is the story that's coming off all the Leos. And whenever you got a bunch of Quentin Tarantinos and cosmic teenagers writing this story, ooh, we've all witnessed what that becomes. when Quentin Tarantino writes a story for Mary? You're watching it play out. Obama was at the Globes. 2020. Or was it 219? And then Quentin Tarantino, and then there was Momoa, and that was where he had the tank top that haunted me. And then he put that on Lisa's shoulders. But then Tarantino was at the table, and then they had Ellen DeGeneres on stage, freaking talking weird ass, like it's like she could only say the words that everyone else was saying, and they had to put a ad lib together that was like some weird ass prairie talk. And then Quentin Tarantino gets on stage with the Poseidon sword. And next thing you know, the entire Starseed Collective is trying to get out of 9 levels of haunted houses and terror plots like Saw. Well, I just told you how that happened. This energy wrote its own body out of it. This energy is ascending the solar. This Virgo is now in the 12th house. So no matter what goes down with all of this in this full moon and these eclipses and these days out of time in 2026 and everything that's going on with Jupiter and the sun and the moon on top of that, which means and it's a full moon, so it's also a dress rehearsal. Because all of this stuff's going to be going through Virgo. But my point is, we're going to see the fullness of it whenever these planets get over to freaking Pisces. So whatever's getting put in. So if anybody knows astrology, so this is where I would love to have a show with an astrologist, because y'all know all the time stuff. And I, in my world, it's like it's so organic still, and I'm having to track it from a different way just to make sure that we end up on the right time. But it's getting to the point where, you know, it would be better off too for us to have people doing them at the same time, because this is where the astrologists are going to know more about the timing of when these planets are going to be over in Pisces and how long those cycles are. Because what's in Virgo? So Venus. So when Venus gets over in Pisces, can somebody do a Google search and see when Venus goes to Pisces? Please. It's 1019. Well, I started this channel and I just started showing up and just talking. And that's how I met all of y'all and got through. Like if I wouldn't have started, and that was the same way when I started this channel. I was like, what am I going to talk about? We'll talk about the energy. Okay, well, how do I do that? And I would realize it's a total normal. It's normal. All I'm saying is, this is the problem with spiritual. This is why mentors are important. It's so important. This is why you also cannot wait until you're healed to go find your audience, because you find your audience while you're healing. You get to a point where you've out-tuned to the people that are currently going through what you can help them with. And so that's it. It's the channel's about you. And that's it. That's what it is. It's about you as an energetic being and how you're reading what's going on now, and talking about your daily life, or how you get through it. And it could even just be with going through the body fluctuations and what you're doing to eat and cook. And like right now, I wish I had a damn studio, because I'd be in there, my lid tard, showing y'all exercises right now of what to do, just little bitty ones, real easy ones, like chair aerobics. And that's what you even, I'm so, see, this is, I love y'all, because y'all, when I stop and read, y'all are always right with me. Venus will enter Pisces on February 10th 2020. Did I say 6? Well, it's already been that. And will remain there. So is that 2027? Is that 2027? We are waiting for our beautiful friend. She's gonna Jackson's. Oh, and I taught Jackson how to ride a bicycle, or I'm helping him on the street today. I did, Jackson, a little 9-year-old boy. He put his daddy through a workout. Again with the body. Got it. But this is also Virgo. It's not necessarily fake it till you make it. It's not fake it. See, that's what Leo does. Leo puts on a performance of something that it thinks Virgo is. It's like mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. But if you're only looking into the mirror, you only see yourself. You really don't see what's behind the mirror. This is behind the mirror. And this is the dance floor. And then this thing goes, whoa, man, and it goes deep, 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 deep. So my point is that you're not gonna get the. It's like you planted Jack. It's like right now you're gonna plant a seed, and you're not gonna be able to see how far it went up until Venus gets to the whole other side to see how big your stalk went up that you planted. This is like Jack and the Beanstalk. So if you get over to Pisces because you think, and this was always Leo's problem. See, Leo, and I'll start with what Virgo's problem is, because we have a lot of problems, and this is where we have to take responsibility as well, because this is where everyone's learning. Okay, we can see straight through you. Well, that ended up costing us, because we can see your heart. We know your heart. Your heart is ours. Our heart is your heart. We have your heart. We know you love us. It don't mean that you're good to us. It don't mean that whenever you say, mirror, mirror on the wall, give me this, and then we go, hey, do we have anything down there to go make that for them? Well, they're our brother. They love us. They're gonna help. Can we maybe go saw off something or do something and maybe make it happen? Oh, well, he's a king and he's gonna help us. So sure. All right, make your wish. Then he makes the wish, then this comes out, and then it mirrors over in Leo, and everyone sees it up the thing, and then cosmic teenager, because this ain't even royal Leo. This is cosmic teenager getting to, this is middleman taking over the royal line, dealing with the mirror himself. That's the problem, because these guys don't know the rules of the mirror at all. And these guys that are in the royals are like letting these dudes duke it out so that they can set him up. And you ain't gonna get me involved with it, because this is the Stargate, and this is, so our problem was, we can see your heart, we can see you on every dimension, And we had to learn that you show up in many different faces, that you can show up in many different forms. And it seems to us that everything that you do is only to try to squeeze your weird shit through our pretty little freaking things. And every time we squeeze your weird shit through our little things, then we get booted out, called something else, said that we're not this, told that we're not that, when the whole world's making billions of dollars. And we know because it's our energy that's giving you what you've got. That's everything that we gave you on the back end of the mirror that we projected over here belongs to us. It doesn't belong to you. You didn't go back down here and print it and make it. You're used to coming over here and going, give it to me, bitch. And the system going and pulling and doing whatever it needs to do to give Uncle Leo the Pope and his fanny power the freaking whatever the fuck. But you opened a freaking bag of chips because now his grandmother's come out. And so now you're trying to say that his grandmother is a levee, basically. A Laveau. That's like all the mafia prince. That's all like all the mafia princes getting together and dressing up like goddesses and going up to Mount Olympus and saying, "Give me my shit." Excuse us. How far are you? You're in Leo. You got 3 letters. You're on the Alpha Draconic Hybrid body, which means you're running a Zeta Reticuli count. You see what I'm saying? But this is how ridiculous in the world, and it was working. This is how they worked in 200 years of false timelines. With everybody not knowing how the projector works of your reality. But with Virgo, this is where right now you just want to be complete. Like don't let anything piss you off. Don't let anything just if anything is making you feel anxious or you want to come attack something, just don't do it. Don't do it. This is where I was yelling at the wrong person and I was getting hit with my own magic. I'm telling you, you will box yourself in until you blow. And it's what they want you to do. They want you to blow. They want you to come after. They want you to start a war. They want you to do that. For what? They're going to attempt to try to make any single family line that has any power. They're going to attempt to make them think that they can fucking come after us. But you're being used to do it, no matter. Like, don't do it. Why? What have you been doing? Whatever you're blaming somebody for doing and you think they're doing it wrong, what have you been doing? Because it's miracle time. Between me and you, I'm using weed to make you. Hey, I as much as I can too. Plant medicine. I do not prescribe to mushrooms just because of how they're using the algae in the consciousness. So I would steer clear of anything but THC, and even if in Texas, because I mean this is why all the crops and shit are getting done down here, but then we can't even buy it. There's a reason that, I mean, they first came after all the plant medicine stuff. See, this is why we had to turn on the DNA in the system. This is why we had to activate the organics in hell. This is why everything got turned back on. But this is also everything got turned back on. This is why the flowers that haven't bloomed in 1300 years in this place, and then the animals that haven't been since this many years in this place, and this the whole Templar fucking tree of life is charged with life. And whatever is written to the flowers, and there's reasons at certain vines, and there'll be new insects, there'll be bigger insects, there'll be some that'll completely go away, there'll be reptiles that'll completely go away. I mean, we're more so worried about giant shit. Giant versions of it, because the human race thinks that you print things molecularly. Just because you're molecular doesn't mean that the image ain't fucking huge when the whole molecule projects it as one. I mean, but this is how they're able to make the illusions of fear, and even these little haunted houses that you clear out of in your little labyrinths, all those are set up on this shit. And the calf people and the snake people, and oh, there's all types of them. I mean, shit, you can't even keep up with the layers of bullshit. People want to put on the blood. And you got to clean your blood. But that's what this transit is also doing, because you're in the Virgo energy. This is why I'm saying, you just stay balanced. Don't, because that the Virgo projection is what's holding you up. So definitely don't attack anyone that's holding up a Virgo collective projection. That's whenever you become Charlotte in a web. And this is 5D energy. The other day, I met a random 16-year-old friend. Wow. Isn't that crazy? I know. And that's how it, and when it's naturally happening, that's just how it happens. You just run into people. And you're never like usually like around where you would think that you'd run into them. But it's because the timelines are everyone's on their flow, and there's a timeline intersection, and you'll be in Florida and be like, oh shit, I know you from high school. Very rare family too. And realize that the Middle Easterns that were doing Amazing Race, because this was a race, and it's just now crowned the winner. And this race started in 2018, like fucking literally. Go. They didn't think it would last this long, because they kept opening up Pandora's box, because the winners that were supposed to win and their little children that were supposed to be the winners didn't get it, and then everyone had a little puppet party. But there was, and those and really, it's nothing against the Middle East. It's just that they're tuned to listen and guided in the moon mansions. So what they did is come over and ran the Amazing Race for you against me. Because because pretty much it was only the Middle Eastern people that were racing me to California. And when I say racing, I mean literally. Now we're going back to like 2018 and 2019. But 2018, 2019, when I was going to California, it was a race. Just like Cannonball Run. Just like it. We were having to circle certain poles and we were having to get to certain destinations, and then they would tell us what to do. In the consciousness, when we got there, there would even be Matrix people sitting in blackout vehicles with clipboards writing down us to see which one of us made it that far. I mean, straight up Squid Games. Straight the fuck up Squid Games. They just didn't realize that they was playing with the real deity. They didn't realize they were playing with the real collective earth. Well, who the fuck else can beat y'all? By themselves, supposedly, is what it looks like. It's not what it is. It's what it looks like, according to y'all. But that's what we had to create. This is what we had to, and that's what's also happening with Virgo right now, because it's Virgo's projecting it. These full moons and all this stuff that's lining up right now is like just if you say in the next 3 months, when my emotions want to spin me out, I'm going to think of Beam Me Up Scotty. And I'm going to remember, that my avatar is printing. Right now in every dimension. To line it up to take over lead dominant of all the clones in my timeline. Oh shit. Of lead dominant of all the codes in my timeline. 1037. So 1001 is your key on that. Okay? Woo! You got it for reflection. Uh-oh, Dubai, do we have an answer? I'm hearing raspberry beret. The kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. And if it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. You got a reflection. 38 is something to celebrate. Completion of the first 11 mirror lineup. You projected from the stars into a quantum state. The glass may be hazy. You just reprinted from the stars what is reflecting. Whatever is still on your bio bubble is getting picked up. If what just came in was not the right version. Cards 35 to 53, clean it up. 41. This is cleanup. Miracles cleanup on notice 1, please. We have a C code to the A and a C code to the D. Cleanup on templates on every single Libra aisle, please. Miracle cleanup. We do have reflection on the chalkboard. It's there, but good thing you're not there, because that goes to China. So, I don't know. Do you want this or not? I don't know. It's good, but then you're like, oh shit, now I got to go commerce. So the words, so it's being spoken, it's being put into, it's not this. Cotton candy stars. No, right now we got to pull it out of the dreadheads. We got to pull it out of the weird homeless people that stole all our shit and pretended to be us on some cosmic teenager shit. No more not applicables. No more Nana. No more Zaza. No more Momo. No more Jojo. Not even no more Coco. No more Bobo. No more Bibi. No, not even Sissy. No more phonetic jam. I know, they ruined it for everybody. All they had to do was, I don't know, give us a part in our own fucking play. I mean, imagine that shit. I don't know. You have to at least put one of us. You can't say Christina Birch is out in space. And we don't know who the bitch is that wrote the MOU from Fort Collins, Florida. Right. The original movie was 1996 that I wrote, and it was The Ring. Okay, here we go. Bom, bom, bom. Number 16. Let's pull in. Let's just see. This is what we got right now. Ace Cups, baby. Let's see what else. Well, there's some shifting. So, okay, whatever this is, like one of the cards went this way and then this way. So something shifted. Let's see what it was. Woo! Trip out. So there was patience and then there wasn't patience. Or there wasn't patience and then there is patience. Like, I don't know. That something that there was a shift in temperament. I gotta get some new cards. I'm so sick of seeing this dude. That one and the thief. And there is this girl that has some really cool cards. I need to buy some cards from some other. We need to start using each other's cards. That part, Eagle. That part. But they are so obviously crappy knockoffs that he can't even steal shit straight away anymore. That mirroring is the delay. And what sucks is that those of us who created the real thing know what it's supposed to look like, and we're the ones that see it the most. That it's like not like what the fuck. You know that it's attached to it because of all the shit that they're propping up around in the scene in order to try to make them think that it's what it is. But there's like no substance to it, and they just throw it in a one-liner and then show up and like promote some other I mean, nobody's teaching shit, no one's doing shit. Everyone's miserable and they miss us, and nothing has any value when we're not in it. And straight the fuck up, these women had all of our men in some Vegas cuckold. I mean, if you the warlock women, please. That's what I've been telling y'all. They ain't women. And those warlock women, they hate us so bad because their men always want us and not them. They always do. You know why? We're their daughters that they keep selling in the system. So they keep selling their daughters into the system. Their daughters become little commerce. So their daughters become superstar quality. Don't mean that you're a superstar. Means that your DNA is getting bred with them. So now you are more sexy. You can do everything better than the mother. And these handler men straight up are around them only because of the daughters. And they know it. And they obsess over the one man that they can't have because they think that it's something about them or it's something type of competition or some weird ass shit when it's bred into the goddamn DNA line and they're abusing it and they're fucking doing it on purpose. It's like these women, they have there's no emotion, there's no compassion, there's none. And the thing is, women got to be honest with themselves with that shit. And this is a layer. And this is clearing the bloodline. You don't want to clear it, that's fine. But you can't be in charge of everybody's children. And you definitely can't be in charge of one that you know, and that's how they were doing it. And they were just calling it St. Joseph. And then all the babies in the world come through some weird DNA line. And then they're just cooking eggs. I mean, what the fuck? And this is the Page of Swords. I was wondering if he was going to come out. Oh, wait. Today's not. We got Knight of Swords. So this is the Page of Swords. So this is a cutting of money. So a cutting of money. There's a message of See, I'm picking this up on the Templar because basically this could be like, this card could also be like all the Knights Templar and all the Templar and then all the Temple sets in Libra. So if there's a Knight of Sword, no, it's not a Knight. He's a Page. So it's a Page of Swords. So and a Page is like an etheric clearing. So this would be like an etheric clearing. Of 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 the forging alchemy process of what even this is, or a clearing of this energy trapped in these temple sets, and cooking spirit and this and all this was on spirit cooking because it's Gemini stuff, and that's also what's folding. What's tripping me up is this Hermit. Hold on, let me get, can I have another card on the Hermit? Can I have tell me about the Hermit? The Hermit's tripping me up. Why is the Hermit? And this one flipped, so I mean, whatever it comes out. Ah, and a lot of what this energy is clearing and how this clearing is happening is actually from us not doing anything. We're actually obtaining and clearing because we've mastered this. So the way that this chain broke off this money is because we did not react in a way that was hinged to this that we always used to. Now we see this as something different. We see that all the DNA that we didn't put that in the pot, they said that that was money. We have ourselves. We don't need the big pinnacle. But that's all come starting to be more and more apparent that we were the wise one in the situation because we did not react, because we handled it with grace, because we had our ancestors that are royal, that are backing us and keeping us calm and showing us to not react. And we listened, even if it's not what we wanted to hear. And this has been since this last collective moon spell. When we went into hermit mode, they got in a reflection. It had a lot of layers that they weren't really happy about dealing with this, and what miracles everyone was expecting, which are still on the table. I mean, that's my point. But you got to change, you got to shift quick. Just shift it. If you don't like, here's the Knight of Wands. Here's the extent of my magic. Here it is. Every layer that you go up in dimensions, everything's opposite. Until you get to a certain point where everything's 0 point and you're 0 point with it. But most of the dimensions between you and the mind control and the system, everything's fucking opposite. 100%. If you don't like how shit's going in your world, get to the one that's above where everything's fucking opposite. That's what the Middle Easterns did. They just knew how to come and make their moon mansion your ceiling and their floor. Okay, well, get in the game. Your horse won. You didn't know you had a horse in the race? Yes, you did. You probably called it Jesus Christ at some point. You called it Christ. You was the little baby Jesus, the little baby, the child, the Comet, the Sophia, the Mary, whatever. The what was life in the system. Okay, get your perception. I mean, this is like literally you have to realize that the ones that you hate and blame the most love you the most. Does that mean that you're going to put up with their shit? Hell fucking no. But you don't go looking for trouble with them either. You can love them from afar. There's a lot to top of love. This is unconditional love. People don't know how to deal with that. You love me even if I'm a bitch? Yep. You love me even if I do this to you? Uh-huh. Especially because I know what the fuck's all going on. That's why I'm going, why are you screaming at me? In fact, the more that you realize how this thing works, those of us who are fucking headstrong as fuck, fiery freaking warriors, like literally from heaven and hell, y'all trust us to come slap your face and tell you when you're wrong when the timer goes off. Y'all literally chose us to be the one to come kick your ass into shape. Just take one step up a bit, do it. You're an emotion of a universal system, and that universal system does not want to push that alert. That universal system wants it exactly the way it is, because then it's running that chariot. What'd I say? What's these guys' world? What's up? What's up? You looking forward? Yep. Can you move? Mm-mm. She's still up there? I don't know. Well, it stopped moving, so he must be gone. Oh, what's she doing? What's she doing? Is she going, hey, are they down there? Is she worried about these dudes? Look what's on each side. And see how those rings are, these guys are facing this way. These rings are facing this way. This is the moon. This is the sun. This is connecting in the middle. This is projecting through your soul and projecting you up here so you can get a better view. If you what if these guys totally came to life and then they started fighting with each other? What if all the tires on all the vehicles came to life and started fighting with each other? Well, that's what happened in your genome. That's what happened in your genome. The one that was carrying it up here, that was actually connected into what was giving you life and creating your world and da na 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 na. They told this guy that he was in charge. They told this guy he was in charge, and then the back two, they told him that they were the beta version. These are the alphas. That's front wheel drive. They're back wheel drive. And these ones didn't. These guys didn't even know these guys are here. They's just running forward on a straight path. And then all at once, all four of them activated, and everyone told them that they could do their own thing, and told them that they weren't a tire anymore, and that and then they just started fucking running around. It's so funny to me. I mean, it has to be. It's like, what are you gonna do? It's a page from the cosmos. I thought this message would never get out. The bridges are paved. You're picking up lanes to 4 timelines. Remember to use your pages. Has a page arrived yet? And I did find a feather today. Give me some hearts if you found a feather. Do you see a feather? Pick it up. It's going to be a sign. And guess where I found the feather? In front of me, showing Martha that I put the little fake alligator on the blown tire. I was walking over to the tire. There's a tire on the side of our house from whenever the Tahoe tire blew, sitting still. Oh, look. And look what's on top of the deck. The feather. Yay. So the feather is number 49 in the deck, and the 40s are like 4D. It's like, but it is like, it's the energy of 5D. When you get into 5, now you're bridging 5D energy into a physical reality. So it's changing the state in order to quantumly entangle with the changed state. But it's just you mirroring you into the system when the sun is going over that particular projector to get the best lineup. Align and find. So I put the cards over here, and this one's like out on me. This is the way. That's what sides up. But just if you want to screenshot this QR code, this is astro.com, where you pull up the chart of the day, just to remind you, because you only build half your life half at a time. You can't make a whole timeline in a month. You have to build it for at least a year. You have to do the first 6 months for that other 6 months to mirror to you. Well, how about you just show up on the right projector and like, project? No, don't put it out to the whole world and be like, don't be the King of Swords. This is where the King of Swords got trouble, just projecting a whole bunch of shit on the screens. I'm not saying that. I'm saying be it. Start being it. Start doing it. Something's happening. It's not too bad, but something's happening right here. Does anybody know palm stuff? My hands do this, but this is also stigmata. A lot of you that have a lot of land energy connected into the living land, especially if you have any of the royal lines that are coming through the tutor, or even a lot of lines that did a lot of magic on the earth, then you're, every time something happens on the planet, I get there's, it's stigmata, and I've got them on my face, and that's why too, you know, show your scars. Like, don't, like, if you're getting on your channel or whatever, and we all want to like look perfect or whatever, but that ain't, show your scars. Look at that shit, and it'll go down eventually. It just itches, because it's like moving in there. And that's, and like all these I didn't used to have these. All these appeared from doing the physics on the earth. All these triangles. It's because I used the physics on the earth, and it draws in my hand. So that's like, woo! Holy crap. This is the first one that ever happened, and this happened in Troy, Michigan, right here. It's the first time my hand ever split open, and I watched this burn into my hand and split open right here. Man, to go be your Trojan horse. Woo! What was the deal with that? What was that on my hand? We're talking about the chariot. Well, this card came out, and then it didn't. It came out, and then it went. It was like, don't. Uh-oh. So there's probably an explosion on the sun. It's probably this clearing. I have that same mark, the Y, right. See, these blood, like, that ain't normal. This is the mutation. This is why they want my hands. Look at that. That's a lightning bolt. That ain't normal. Like, that's what this is. Right, I know. And so many, I mean, and all of us have this crazy shit. And the more astronomy that I do, and the more templates, the more my veins changed. This one used to not cross over like this, but I had to birth out of their templates. So it's like I would merge into their field. See, this right here used to not be here. This used to just go like that Z. And see how that's got a slice in it? Well, that's not normal. But that's how much they've sliced it, and then it formed a Z, and then this used to just, but then this is new. That one's new. And this is new. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that astronomy and doing this changes your fucking insides. It will mutate your veins into a cellular structure that will not attract any shit that you've already proven you've done. If the whole system's set up to take over your body, then your body and your veins and that is what everyone's buying and selling their souls to get, is veins that do shit like what we're telling you. Right. And we're like, whoa, what the fuck? But ours just happens because we're actually doing it the right way. Oh, yeah. And this is the sun. So no matter, this hand is your sun, and this is the moon. That's why you want to give with this hand. You want to block with this hand. And energetically, like if someone's coming at you and you start feeling threatened, just put up this hand straight in front of you and picture a field on this hand that goes around you and order them to stop. If there's more force, and this is where you kind of start learning your own hands. You start learning how energy flows out of your hands, because this is where my weird thing, see, and I've got this little thing right here. That's why I always had that ring on this finger. But you start learning just your own little things of how to make that more powerful then. I know one of the girls, you know, and I'll learn y'all's, but I don't want to give hers away. But even taking this hand and doing this, or putting 3 fingers here, or sometimes the energy is, you know, maybe it's that the power needs to come like this. My point is that's coming out of your veins, because remember, your wrist, this is one big blood vessel. Your hands make it go to 5. And this is all about even thumbs and mine, because your brain is with your hands. Martha's hands broke because her brain, like the brain and the hands, you go start doing brain stuff. Like I told you, you're going to get bruises on your hands, on your arms, on your legs, because it's messing with your brain. But it's not even, and it's just you start learning how to throw energy for you, and then what gives a power punch. But also just remember, see, and this was, I always talked with my hands, and I still do, but I used to do it when I was in sales and unconscious, like, and now knowing what I know, I think I was putting them all in a spell, talking with my hands. I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing. But they would, if as long as I was moving my hands, it's like they would get what I was saying, even because there was a communication layer that was happening there. But now we're like full level, like if there's energy coming at you, just deflect it. You don't have to send any money. You don't have to send any energy out. All you got to do is just deflect it. I'm seeing this. That's what they just showed me. So right hand and left behind it, like a moon, and then like, because this is their weird shit. Just deflect it like that, and push them back. But realize that that's not going to work unless they are coming at you. If there's no intention for them to come at you, if they're not pushing any force at you, then when you do this, it ain't going to do shit. If something's like beaming straight at you and it's coming, and all you're doing is reflecting that current back, and that's it. That's all you got to do. And remember, you're fully live. I mean, you can outsmart anybody who's coming at you in rage of emotion, because they're completely blind in emotion. They see nothing else going on. And you can get out of most situations because you're just in a higher current. You start seeing all the back doors and how to get out of the scene. But hello, that's why they were breeding us. They literally were making robbers and serial killers. Like, they were breeding us to outsmart the system, put us in jail, to lock us up, to make us breed more of us so that they could use us to rob other people in other countries. And then just blame it on the line that knows how to do it, because you kept us trapped in the system and you made us do it. Like, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. It's like thug school is over. We learned more about thug school than I ever possibly, and stripper school. Thug school and stripper school. Just thug school, stripper school, closed. Anybody wants to know about drug dealing and Rick's Cabaret, go talk to an angel. We'll tell you all about it. We'll tell you how it originally got started. We'll tell you when the drug industry was actually clear and fun. See, and this is Arcturus. But that's what I'm saying. You don't need the drug. You can do it in the consciousness now. Trying to say you need the mushroom is the problem. Trying to say that you need the agent is the problem. No, all you need is to let us go into a barn together and fucking tune the energy to freaking whatever and get everybody high and no hangover, no need for a substance, no need. Oh, but see, no, then they don't want that, because then how are they going to make their money? How are they going to keep you hooked? How are they going to run the system with dirty money? If it's free, then how? So put the witches in jail. Oh, well, they can tune a vitamin. Go take a Fred Flintstone. I think everyone should go buy some Fred Flintstone fucking vitamins and tune them to whatever drug you want. In fact, I think I'm going to go get me some Fred Flintstone vitamins. Maybe next Friday night we can tune it to Molly and everyone take a Fred Flintstone. We'll just all Molly out together next Friday on a Fred Flintstone. Anybody down? We'll just all Molly out next Friday night on Fred Flintstone vitamins. We'll just tune them. Fuck it. Is that what they did? I mean, I was 13, 12 years old. They were putting me in an underwater fucking submarine and giving me liquid acid called Sansart. They tuned the Fred Flintstones. Now that'd be some Bellatrix shit right there. See, and this is where Mars is. You're the glitch. You consciously shifted a reoccurring Orion projection in the matrix and got a response. Who? An alarm? A dog? A helicopter? Feel threatened? You shifted the grid, Brittany. Yep, you're on the radar. Glitches are quantified in a quantum market system and connected to moves in your daily life. Know your worth. The silver tongues are pretty sharpy. Phonetics create reality with words and money behind it. And bam, bam, you got Pebbles, beach, and all. Pebbles been coming up a lot. Pebbles is like a keyword associated to trying to steal all the spiritual communities. I mean, because there was a whole current that was stealing all the spiritual community stuff and wrapping it up into fake rehab shit. Run by the mafia. In order to clean money, I think. Well, somebody needs to pay the washing machine. See, we don't even have any problem like going into some cooperations in order to clean the money. That's not the deal. It's everybody thinking that they can clean it and not pay the washing machine, not pay the water, not pay any of the service fees that have to do with what's behind that mirror. You just said mirror, mirror on the wall. You just said, I wish, and then you just convinced the universe that you was doing something good. You didn't convince the universe. You convinced everyone around you that you were wanting to do something good, and now the universe is holding you responsible for what you said you were going to do in the beginning. Period. Dot. Just do what you said you were going to do. That's what Saturn wants you to do. Saturn wants you to do what you said you were going to do. You already got paid for it. If that resource is gone, then okay, you got 0 point, you got phonetics, you got to wait, you need whatever it is, you need to build that bridge back. And I want to go back over here to Arcturus, because Arcturus, this one hardly ever comes out. And Arcturus is working 2 by 2. Arcturus is true collective sisterhood. Arcturus is like, okay, this is hot. Can you catch it for a little bit? Oh yeah, sister. Okay, this is hot. Can you catch it for a minute? Woo, sister. Can you get other sister some ice because her hands are hot because she's been holding the hot lava? Okay. Oh gosh, here's some aloe vera. Put them on her hands. Okay, wait a minute. Hey, tech sister, is there some mitts that we can make when we catch this hot rock? Because this motherfucker is a motherfucker. Yep, on it. This is becoming. This is becoming as a unit. This is we've already been through basic training, dude. We've already fought it out. We've already had our home, our home and our family beaten out of us. We no longer write home. We're 50 years in on this fucking mission, man. We so far undercover that we created some shit that not even the goddamn Nazis and cartel know about yet. This ain't basic training for us. We're the ones who set up this mission to come in here and free your ass. Now we're the ones who had all the alchemy to build the grids you have. We're the ones who created the electricity you have. We're the ones who created the screens that you have. We're the medical information that you carved up and then carved up a body and then told everybody and changed the alphabet to fuck up the body. We were your original body. We've been your system. We became your body, and then you took all those codes and you fucked it up. We became your planet. You tried to fuck that up. Well, we're the back room, baby. Every single medical book, every single education system, every single process that you know to be anything down here organized has come through this. This is where it all comes together. This is where it don't make any sense out in the world of quantum dimensions. Bitcoin still doesn't make any sense to me until you tell me how I can walk anywhere and I can trade it with the person next door to me and I can pay my fucking maid with it and I can pay my fucking house note with it and you can tell me how I can get it and you can tell me how other people can put it in the system and then it's a current. Otherwise, it's a fucking dump truck taking the ball backwards. That's common fucking, like, it's common sense. This is the mix of spiritual knowledge and common fucking human sense. No, I know. Let's create the world to where we carve into people's lives and take over the lives of the people who actually know what to do, anything that we're actually doing. Let's steal all their shit and pretend that we know what we're doing. You don't think that we've tried that before? You don't think that that was like the first thing that we thought of? We're you at your level. That's why we just watch you. Like y'all thought that we were done. Y'all thought y'all had us cause you thought that we were done. No, we sat down and we watched you curl yourself up for 3 fucking years. into a cocoon. Whoa. Yeah, in the hundreds. And this was all clear in the hundreds. This was bringing in new zero. This is where you bring in your new zero. This is number 40. This is where you bring in a new cell. Not create a cell that's based on a false illusion of 100 count. Not mirror, mirror on the wall, please recall the timeline where I'm the best and take me there every day. So what I'm seeing with this is because then those zeros are getting created on both sides. And this is the needle on the record, right? So this is whenever we start talking about these two timelines, because Saturn's going to go backwards and then when it goes forward, right? So when we've got all this stuff in retrograde, so Saturn's going to go backwards. And I'll remind everybody, we changed 0 to 3 degrees Aries. We rewrote it in Detroit. Whenever all this industry bullshit, baby farming bullshit, fucking Masonic fucking bullshit on Medici and Borgia, which is Rob GIA, I'll add. That's how fucking long it's been going on. Well, if you're the mama in the system, then you might not want it to end. But if you're the daughter, I can promise you, you finally want to make it to the age 6 before your mama fucking sells you. Or I don't know, it might even be good to be born first. So what I'm picking up too is that, like, because this is 2 timelines, so there's a recall button and then there's the new button. So there's 2 timelines that people were recalling. And whatever it is on this last new moon that they projected or were trying to project, or on the last new, because this was on the last live broadcast. Last live new moon, back to that moon again. On the last live new moon, something's changing. And again, back to not reacting. See, because they were trying to say that I was like a hooker and I was homeless and all this shit. But no, that's just people running sex industry shit in my fucking energy. That ain't me. That's all them. That's what they do. And then they lure the men in with the angels, and then they get all jealous and get mad, and then it gives them a reason to fucking yell at people. See? They're all under some mind control in some big unit. They don't even, and the unit will keep, like, this is what's breaking. Because this is no longer paying. And what is, if you were getting paid from it, you were getting paid from your dead family in the past 5 or 6 years. If it's been working for you, it's because of the ones who went under to give it to you. And that ain't us saying, oh, then you owe us. No, that's saying we know how to make it. We don't know what happened after we made it. It went up through the system and then everyone started spinning it from there. We don't know what it's like to have the current because we were always making the current. But don't you think it's time that we fucking get together and figure that part out? Don't you think it's time that we stop working for the government? Don't you think it's time? I mean, if I can make a Cash App, because we made Cash App, we made Patelco, we made Cash Patel. This whole thing's about taking over banks and finance currents. I did it on this channel with 4 fucking people. I know how to do it, and I know how hard they'll come at you, and I know whenever you build a new financial line and you put it in the system, how they want to blame you for being the one that made it when everybody else is saying that you stole all the money, but then they stole it, but then they trying to act like they're friends. Just lying. Just lying. About who you are, about who your name is, about where you come from, about why you're really there, about why you're really doing it. See, that shit worked in the old energy at the end of days. That shit didn't work when the system just got turned on. That system doesn't work whenever hell hasn't taken over. That system worked hell because hell had taken a stronghold on everybody within what you call acceptable reality. But all of us that are doing, it might look like our lives are boring, but shit, it's good for us because goddamn, for 3 fucking years we ran around these grids in super consciousness, and now for all these fucking mother bitches, y'all are fixing to fucking be in super consciousness like a motherfucker. You harvested all your daughters into harvesting sectors. And we blew the consciousness field. So y'all got to fucking manage your own problems. You got to manage your own shit. You made them. You fucking beehive them. You be the venue. You feed them. You figure out how to make a money. You put $50,000 cash that someone else can steal so it can get money to those that then used it to spend some shit and think that they're more than everybody else, obviously, because everyone thinks they're so deserving of whatever it is when you have no idea what it actually costs. And that's the thing. These motherfuckers will sell out their mother for 2% of what their mother actually. And so it's like the universe said no. Mm-mm. If you're gonna ask and you're gonna sell, then at least get the right price. And if you can't, if you're gonna sell a Tiffany fucking painting for $20, then no. All because it's written on a timeline so someone can get it cheap, but you stole the timeline so you could pick it up for $20. That's what state of Texas did. They sold a whole bunch of land for $250. I didn't get my notice. Rex Real Estate did. Rex Real Estate over here owns all the land from fucking, exactly, from here to Oklahoma. Me and mom and dad were talking about that. We're like, well, we're surrounded by Rex. We're surrounded by all the land that's in his name. Universal, Omni, they bought Rex Real Estate land to build it. Cook's Family Children, they bought Rex Real Estate land to build it. Is my son getting the money from that? No. Are you getting any from that? No. Did we clean the land? And did they say that this is all my fault? So then they're just going to vampire a bitch and concrete me in, just like they did over in Anaheim? And then you're just going to say that what? I mean, this is becoming Anaheim over here faster than fuck. Like, if you want to get to Texas before it comes California, you better come quick because it's already happened. You got to go deep into Texas to get out of California. Fuck you and your masonry bullshit. No more freaking landlocks. No more put us on the water and have us build a continent over on the other side of New Zealand and then tap a bitch to it and string her up by her toes and then harness her to the Stargate. And I mean, this is the type of shit they were doing. I command all of the drawings that y'all did to bind stars and all of the placements and all the drawings that you did in all of your rituals and all your stars. I command that they be seen to the world and that to leak on the internet. I want to see all the diagrams. Ugh. I think I'm going to end it there. I'm like so ready just for some reciprocity. Just ready for reciprocity. That's it. That's it. And that's what this is going to demand. And that's it. So yeah, tomorrow's a day at a time. Thank you. Thank you to the one who told us about that. And then the next day is that galactic day. So we're like half in an eclipse, half in it, half not. These transits are actually really helping us to be able to feel into this and to be able to do it a little bit at a time, which is why, in this 10-day schedule is basically, I mean, this is how this is going to be set up. I mean, it's going to end up jumping the calendar at some point because these timelines are all fucked up. Everybody's got to get on the same page. At least 3 pages. At least 3. And 2 of them have to start working together and not the 2 that have been. No matter. And I think that's it for tonight. But I'm glad and happy to be back to at least doing this much of it because I wasn't even able to do that until everything had cleared. And energetically, they did come last night in order to try to hook us back in. And I felt it coming through my veins and everything. I kind of freaked out for a moment, but I've been being prepared for it. And they did try to tap in. And I mean, he was writing me. He was telling me, "Oh, I'm impressed. Just hold still." Now realize this is how they were doing this. I mean, I don't know where my body is. I don't know how they're doing this, but I had marks on my forehead. I felt the energy coming through my veins, and I literally just had to go in my mind and blow it out. But it had been building and building and building and building and building, and all of the angles and all the astronomy and the stuff that I do on Instagram, House of Coaching, and all that stuff helps me do that. Every single bit of it helps me clear because I'm clearing worldwide and cosmically. So I can't only look at what's around me in order to do that because my mind has to connect into something bigger in order to be able to even realize the magnitude of what we're mirroring. And when you start focusing things on the macro and you start really tuning into the macro, when you start tuning in to realizing that it's just a big reflection, and whatever's coming out needs to be seen because it needs to be expunged from your system. Whatever mirror that you're having or reaction that you're having, it's why there's parts of it obviously that you're missing something or something. It's actually, why would anybody be out in order to attack? Why would anybody try to hurt you? And I've said it a gazillion times. Most of the time, I have to call people out because I'm here to be the judge and to get down to the bottom of it. It's the reaction that shows you what is behind it. And everybody's reaction can be new now. Thinking that how someone's gonna react, you can't predict that. That's why you don't. You just got to say what you need to say. You need to do what you need to do, and that's it. Then you need to drop it and sit with it, and then let the universe show you why that happened. And if you do it this way, you will learn everything that you want to learn, and you get the 100% truth. The universe will show you the 100% truth. You don't want to see it, that's on you. But if you really want the truth in anything that's around you, this is how you do it. But then you can't dictate what the outcome is, no matter how much you want to. No matter how much you want to say, no, 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 it's not that person, or no, 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 it's not this person, or it can't be, it can't be. Whatever it is, you can't, you have, whatever it shows you, you have to call it out. I would say 7 times out of 10, the person that you're calling out ain't even the one that's really pulling the strings. If I'm calling out that energy to you and you know that you didn't do nothing, then go figure out why the hell the whole universe thinks it's you doing it. And that's been what I've been doing for the past 4 fucking years. Or actually since 2012. Trying to figure out why everyone thinks that I am all of a sudden whatever it is that everyone tried to make me. So welcome to the game. Go figure it out.